Pardon me, but is this the right number for Angela Williams?
Yes it is. May I ask who this is?
Oh, thank goodness. I had to put your number in by memory, so I wasn't sure if I had it right or not. Mom, I'm so happy I got a hold of you.
What?
Mom, it's me. It's Julia. You gotta help me. I don't think I can take it anymore.
What? Julia? When I looked up this phone number, it came up as someone named Alex Jordan.
I'm sorry to surprise you like this. I got my phone taken away from me. I wasn't able to text you from my own phone.
What do you mean you got it taken away from you? Do you mean your phone got stolen? What are you talking about? Who did that?
My mother-in-law.
Laura really did that? Why would she do that to you? I've been so worried about you ever since you moved out. You have no idea. Did something happen?
Actually, she's been controlling my phone for a while now. I haven't been able to call or text anybody. My father-in-law, Alex, just happened to forget his phone when he left the house. That's how I'm texting you right now. If I didn't get in touch with you today, I don't know when my next chance would be.
She took over your phone? I can't believe it. Why is she watching over you like that?
She didn't want me to get in touch with anyone, because she knew if I did, I'd tell everyone what was going on in this house.
What's going on over there? What is she doing to you? I've barely heard from you ever since you moved in with your husband's family. I had no idea this was going on.
I tried to get in touch with you, but she stopped me. You don't have any other family anymore. Your home is here now. That's what she really said to me. Every day has been a nightmare. I just want to see you, Mom.
I've been worried about you. I probably called you a total of 100 times since you've left home, haven't I? But every time I call, Laura acts like it was insulting for me to ask how you were doing. Even you said, "I'm fine, everything's great." And then it's been harder and harder to get in touch with you.
Yeah, she made me say that. She really hated it every time you called.
Oh, I can't believe that woman. You should have told me sooner about all of this.
I would have loved to, but she's making me work around the clock. I really don't ever have any free time. I feel like a slave. Bobby or Alex don't help me either.
A slave? Do they have you working out on their farm?
Yeah, but not only that. They make me do everything around the house.
Everything?
Everyone wakes up really early, so I have to get up even earlier to make them all breakfast. If I don't make them enough to eat, they always scream at me. I'm waking up every day at 4 a.m. to start cooking for them. After that, I do all their laundry and clean all their rooms. Once I've finished, I have to make them all lunch and bring it out to them in the field. Then I start helping them out on the farm. I have to rush back before everyone comes home so I can make us dinner. After that, Bobby and my father-in-law both get to take showers before me. I have to be waiting with open beers for both of them as soon as they get out. I have to wait for everyone to finish eating so I can clean up everything by myself. They don't treat me like a part of their family, even though I'm their daughter-in-law. They don't let me eat with them. I only get the scraps they leave behind. I have to change their bed sheets every single night. That's when my day finally ends. If I don't do all of that every day, they make me sleep on the couch. By the time I could get in the shower, the water is ice cold.
Oh my gosh. Do they really think that they can treat you like that? None of that should be only your responsibility.
Well, Laura told me it's my job now as a housewife to do all of that. That's what being a housewife is like.
Yeah, maybe it was 50 years ago. Your husband never sticks up for you?
No. Bobby never really says anything to her. If anything, he tells me to work harder. That's all he does.
I can't believe this. It's completely unacceptable. Never in my wildest dreams did I think Laura would treat you this badly. I thought Bobby would always stand by your side and look after you.
Laura is the fakest person I know. She comes off like this super nice person, but when she's at home, she's completely different. Bobby always does what she says. Actually, Bobby's younger brother and his wife live with us too. And of course, I have to do everything for them too. I can't take it much longer. I really just want to run away.
Julia, listen to me. Where are all of them right now?
And they're not home. They're actually all on vacation right now.
Vacation? They went without you?
Yeah. They said they still don't think of me as family. You're a housewife, and as a housewife, you must always look after the house. Maybe once you can actually do a good job around here, we'll consider letting you be a part of this family. That's what she said to me. That's why I'm here now. I have to take care of things around the house.
Is that right? Since they're on vacation, that means they won't be home tonight, right?
Yeah. They won't be back until tomorrow night.
Got it. Get all your stuff together and get out of that house right now. Get ready to run away and never come back. Pack only what you really need and get ready to leave.
What?
I just showed your father everything you've been telling me. He said he's driving over to get you right now. I've never seen him this angry. He's getting ready to leave as we speak. I'm going with him. Just hang on for a little longer.
You're coming right now? You're coming all the way down south to get me? It's going to take at least half a day to drive here.
I can't stand by and watch as my daughter is being treated like this. You have no one else that can help you except me and your dad. Like I said, we'll be there in no time. Just hang on.
Okay. One more thing, Mom.
What is it?
I'm really sorry I haven't been able to talk to you since I've been away. I really appreciate you doing this for me. Honestly.
Of course. You have no idea how important you are to us. Just wait right there. We'll be there in no time.
Angela, pick up! I know you're there. Do you think just leaving behind a note will be enough? What are you thinking having us come home to an empty house? That woman belongs here. Bring her back right now.
That woman is our daughter, and we came to rescue her from you yesterday. I couldn't believe the abuse she told me you put her through. She's much better off with us. Right now, she's actually sleeping like a baby.
Abuse? What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. How could you treat her like that? She told me everything.
I didn't force her to do anything. Don't make me out to be the villain here. It's just housework. What's so bad about a housewife doing housework?
You made her do way too much. I heard you only let her eat table scraps after you all finished eating the food she made for you.
That's ridiculous. She's getting 3 balanced meals a day. You really have a lot of anxiety, don't you?
She's skin and bones. There's no way she was eating that much. It looked like a strong breeze could have taken her away, and yet you worked her like a mule around the house. What would you have done if something happened to her?
How annoying. That's exactly why I didn't want her to talk to you.
What did you say?
I wanted to preserve the peace we had at home, so I took control of her phone. We were lucky not to get robbed after she left our house empty and vulnerable. I hate to say this, but you really failed in raising your child.
How dare you say that?
Kids these days always go running back to their parents for every little thing that goes wrong. She probably blames us for everything. What a big pain this is. We tried so hard to bring her in to be part of our family.
Part of your family? Is that how your family treats each other? If you really wanted her to be part of your family, you could have at least brought her on vacation with you. She doesn't have a dime to her name or a second to herself after all the work you made her do. She's nothing but a slave to you.
Ha! Wait a second. Are you really upset we didn't let her go on vacation? She's basically a freeloader, living in this house. I would never bring a moocher like her on a family trip.
Freeloader? How could you call her that after all the work she does for you?
Well, that's the least she could do as a housewife living here. I went through the same thing when I got married.
She told me you make her lay out everyone's pajamas and underwear for them as soon as they got out of the shower. She's not your servant. She said her husband is just as bad as you. I'm at a loss for words.
Since she's here to help, the rest of us can finally take a break from doing work around the house. Our lives are so much better now that she's helping out. It's great having all of us here together. The more the merrier. It would make no sense for all of us to split the work. One person is more than enough to do it all. You need to butt out of our family's business. She's part of our house now. It's a woman's duty to live with her family-in-law.
You should be supporting each other, not forcing her to be your slave. How could you sleep at night knowing she's just your family servant?
She's just doing what a proper wife's supposed to do. Enough talking. I think it's time you bring Julia back home to us. She left the house a mess and needs to get back to work.
She is already home. She's never setting foot in your house again. We've already looked into the steps to getting a divorce. She's had enough, and this is what she wants.
You can't be serious. How could she be so selfish? Who's gonna look after our house if she and Bobby get a divorce?
Why don't you do it yourself? She was doing it all on her own, and like you said, one person is more than enough to do it all.
Like I would ever do that. I'm honestly sick of talking to you. We tried our hardest to bring her in, make her a member of this family. And now she wants a divorce? Go ahead. Actually, that's a great idea. It would make no difference having that worthless woman round here anymore. I couldn't care less.
I think you'll see right away how much you need her around. We're pushing for a divorce and we mean it. We're going to work out all the details today. We'll figure out a time where Julia and your son can sit down and figure everything out like adults.
I can't believe this. You really think we're the bad guys, don't you? I bet you're gonna regret this. Hey, Angela. You have a minute? I want to talk to you about Julia.
What is it? The divorce is already finalized. We already got the compensation money from you monsters for treating my daughter like a slave. I don't think there's much left to talk to you about.
I'm not here to talk about the money. We felt it was only right to pay.
Don't act so righteous. The lawyer forced you to pay it. You're lucky we didn't bankrupt you after torturing Julia. She wrote down every detail in a journal she kept. And then kept it hidden from you so you'd never find out. I have no idea where she was keeping it, but it was practically falling apart when she showed it to me. She showed me all of her medical records, too.
Oh yeah, those.
She was all skin and bones. And it's no surprise she was so frail after slaving away for you and your family every day. Oh, just thinking about it makes my blood boil.
I still think she exaggerated things a bit. She must have gotten the wrong impression when I was asking her to do things. With my southern accent, sometimes I come off more passionate than I mean to when talking to people. You understand, right? We always made sure to put a big plate of food in front of her. Anyway, that's neither here nor there right now. I actually wanted to ask you a favor.
A favor?
I was just wondering if you could let Julia come back and stay with us for a little while.
Are you crazy?
It's just, now my other son and his wife are staying with us, so there's a lot more work to do around the house. I can't keep up with all of it. I was thinking, maybe she could come and help me with the cooking and cleaning like before. She was a real help.
You must be joking. I told you my daughter is absolutely never stepping foot back in that evil household of yours. You think she'd ever help you? Are you insane? All those things you say you're having trouble doing, you forced Julia to do all by herself, didn't you?
Well, I'm not as young as I used to be, so it's a little harder. On the other hand, Julia really knew how to make this house sparkle. Plus, you know, she was family after all. I thought it would be a good idea if she paid us a visit since we haven't seen her in a while. We had a family meeting yesterday and we all want her back. So what do you say? Do you think she could come by tomorrow?
Absolutely not. She doesn't want to spend one more second with you or your evil family. She despises all of you. You can't just throw around the word family when it's convenient for you. I can't believe the words coming out of your mouth. I never want to hear from you again.
Who do you think you are? Why does she need her mother to make all her decisions for her?
I don't even want to tell her that we're having this conversation.
Just talk to her and ask her what she thinks. This time around, we'll definitely bring her on our next family vacation.
Do you think she's a dog you could just dangle a treat in front of? You have absolutely no idea the pain you've caused her. That includes your horrible son, too. I couldn't believe what he said to her at the divorce hearings. Now that you're out of the house, we can finally get some peace and quiet? Do you honestly think that's the kind of place she wants to come running back to?
Whatever. I guess I could make Bobby apologize for what he said.
You need to apologize. Even if you do, which I doubt you will, it doesn't change the fact that Julia isn't coming anywhere near your house. So get that thought out of your head. This conversation is over. Please don't ever contact me again.
Wait a second. We're both mothers, right? You should understand how I'm feeling. You know what it's like to have never-ending work to do around the house.
You said your other son's wife is there, right? Why don't you ask her for help?
No way. We're always butting heads. She's so disrespectful to me. All she does is lie around the house on her phone.
Wait a second. Didn't you take Julia's phone so you could keep the peace around the house? I thought you were an expert at stealing people's phones.
I'd never be able to do that.
So let me get this straight. You took advantage of my daughter's kindness and totally took control of her. But when you finally pick on someone your own size, you cower and can't make them do a thing? You're nothing more than a playground bully. If you think I'd let my daughter back there, you need to get your brain checked.
Hang on. Please think about it. I'll come bring you anything you want from our farm. That would make up for it, right? Right?
Never contact or come near us ever again. Stay at your farm where you belong, you pig.
Things immediately fell apart for my ex-husband's family after I left. Maybe it was because they realized how much work I was actually doing for them, or that they didn't have anyone to force to do all the work. Things really took a turn for the worse. Dishes piled up, the house got filthy, and there was barely any food on the table. all because no one wanted to lift a finger to help out. My ex-husband and his mother showed up one day at our house to try and get me to come back. You should have seen my father's reaction. He came outside with a baseball bat and chased them away. I haven't seen them since. But I did hear a rumor that his younger brother and wife that were staying with them had a nasty gambling habit. That was the final nail in the coffin to tear the family apart. I guess my mother-in-law never knew about that. She always said it's great having family around, the more the merrier. I guess she should have been careful what she wished for. I bet that house is like a war zone right now. But that's not my problem anymore. Recently, I found a new job, and I'm focusing on this new chapter of my life. But more importantly, spending time with my incredible parents who rescued me from that nightmare.